guess, like, that wasn't really planned by me, so, like, you know what I mean? Like, this is my first biggest one planned by me, you know? So, yeah, so I was gone there about 9 days, and, yeah, we got a bunch of goodies. My partner mostly got stuff. I literally just bought 3 things. To me, it was about, you know, the experience, and, you know, it's funny, like, okay, I don't want to say too much until that video, but yeah, anyway, I'm just going to say there were some things I spent more on than souvenirs, but I'll leave it there. So I guess I'll just show the things I got, and then I'll show the things he got. You know, he gave me permission to just share all this stuff, that he got, which, you know, he usually does. He's very kind to be like, oh, I bought this stuff, just show it on videos and make sounds with it. I'm like, okay, you know. So, I hope I didn't forget anything, but here is the first thing I got, and you can hear the dryer drying the clothes in the backdrop. I apologize. It's actually about to stop very shortly, hopefully. Yeah, so I kind of have to, you know, do a bunch of laundry now that we're back home. But this is the first day, the first hour we landed. As soon as I picked up the rental car, I got this fridge magnet, even before I saw the puffins, which I did get to see again. I'll talk about it in another video. So I like to collect, as you know, coasters and fridge magnets in places I've been. So another bucket list thing checked off, another dream trip. So, yeah, I'm always a little tired from the jet lag and, you know, the commute. I won't talk about it until the video. I have to, I'm just gonna stick to talking about this stuff. But, my dream was always to go in the Blue Lagoon and buy some Icelandic mud. Well, technically, they had the mud there, but it was like, I ended up buying the mineral mask because I tried the silica mud. They gave it as part of our package, so you put it on your face while you're in the lagoon. Again, lips sealed. I'm going to talk about it in the next video, but I don't want to repeat myself. But this hydrates and revitalizes. So the other mask was white. This one is white as well, but it dries clear. So I love the bottle. Iceland's very expensive. Reasonably so. Surprisingly so, though. But, you know, for an island out at sea, you wouldn't think they charge that much, but I guess all islands do, don't they? But yeah, you literally just apply this 2 to 3 times per week. It's a little like white cream. Let it sit for 10 to 20 minutes, or you can leave it on overnight and then wash it off. And yeah, after 20 minutes of this sitting and soaking, it definitely left my skin feeling better. But you know, the Blue Lagoon is silica in it too, so it's good to swim in it. So we spent 2 hours in there, and my skin did definitely improve. It felt better. Some even say it has healing properties. So it says Blue Lagoon seawater, microalgae, silica. So here's the coaster I got on one of our last days there. It has puffins on it. I got a few more things for my family. I bought them chocolate, lava salt. So Icelandic chocolate, lava salt, Aurora soap, like Aurora, based on the Aurora lights. It was like a great scent. My brother a t-shirt from the Viking shop. And I got them a coaster as well of Iceland. A fridge magnet, different fridge magnet as well. And I'm trying to recall what else. I think there was 1 or 2 other things. times more wealthy than the average American. So, while we Americans think we're great, which we are, in our own way, I think every country's great and every people is great in their own way. Don't get me wrong. But they're living it up. Like, I saw more nice cars than I've ever seen per capita, whatever they call it. I was like, dang, nothing but nice cars. So that made me feel like poor. So, he got the Kinder Surprise dinosaur edition. So we stayed in Veragirti, and there was this grocery store there called Bonos, and it has like a pig on the front. So that's where we got these. So he has 2 more of these in different type of dinosaurs, but I don't know where the heck they are right now. And there was a gift shop like slash mall next to a bakery, next to the bonus shop. They're all kind of connected. That sold souvenirs, and he got this trolls. He is, I guess, collecting trolls now. I guess this is the tale of the lady that they teach to the kids that wolves, to scare them to behave, like, to, when they're gifted clothes, like, they remind them, like, hey, be happy, otherwise the witch will get you, you know what I mean? Like, you tell kids scary stuff. So, I guess their name is Grilla. So she boils bones. I guess she boils and eats children. Allegedly, obviously, it's just mythical folklore. It's not real, but maybe it is. There's a reason they say it, right? So it's like Ice Mart merch. Like, it's their own brand there. They mostly sell like clothing, like wool sweaters, I think, and stuff like that. Like, it's just souvenirs. There's a whole variety, like scarves, gloves, hats. So he got quite a few snacks and treats. This is Apollo Lacris, which has a brand of sweets, different varieties. This is Chornu Rula. So I guess it's like a roulette type of sweet treat. And then we got Lacris by Sanbo Iceland. So this is a powder version of a treat. They had different flavors of these. I can't eat a lot of things because of GERD, but a lot of these they have like licorice in them. They're huge on licorice. I believe even when I went to Sweden, they're very big on like black licorice specifically. I don't know why they are like obsessed with it. I guess you mix that with sweets and it actually tastes good. And obviously, like, the food there is so good. Like, even gas station food. Like, the first food we ate there was actually gas station food. I was like very, very impressed with their burger and fries. Natural. It tastes like healthy, natural, vegan, like burger fries that we get here in the US, like, and even better, honestly. So good. They just don't salt their stuff. They don't really like salt a lot. I guess they give you the option to salt your food, so, European food is just so much better than the crap we consume here, honestly. I'm going to miss the food. But I know Icelanders are not known for their food, like, fermented shark and lamb, like, it's like not everyone's cup of tea. Plus, obviously, very, very expensive. So, but people go there for the beauty of the land, mostly, not the food or the people necessarily. So, here is a puffin plushie. This is so cute. They actually had taxidermy puffins at the airport. I was like, how could you? The poor babies. Like, let them be. Let them just fly and do their thing. They're so cute. I can't believe people hunt these people. I can't believe people hunt puffins. It's a shame. I know they have limited, some places even up in the Arctic, like, access to food. I get it. You have to eat. You have to survive. But this isn't the freaking 15th century anymore, okay? Like, no, I don't agree with the hunting puffin part. Let them be. Let them live. Let them produce. Icelandic quality licorice. So this is different type of licorice. I think the sound the packaging makes. The dryer is drying. I apologize. We had a very, very small, cramped washer and dryer in the house, so you know, I had to wash pretty much every day. I think I washed clothes like 7 or 8 times while I was there. So I'm glad to have the big washer and dryer to just wash 2 big loads at once. There we go. Now it's gonna stop making noise. The dryer's done. 15 minutes went by. Jeez, that was fast. I'm kind of multitasking. I'm playing catch up this week, so I have to do my clothes. So I apologize again for the noise that caused. Florida Bitar. That's kind of funny. I think he just got this just because it says Florida. Wafer bar with crisp rice, chocolate, and coconut. Do you like the lamp? This whole lamp is glowing. It's actually not this big. It's actually up to here. You can see it's not glowing at the top for some reason, but I'm feeling the good energy from it already. I'm just glad to be back to get some sun, some air conditioning. It just feels so nice. Home will always be home. I don't know what it is. You go the best place on earth. After 5 days, I'm over it. I just want to go home. That's just my personality. And then I got these because, I didn't want to spend the money like that, but I guess this is my last purchase there. Technically, one of my last purchases because they don't let you use the bathroom in some places unless you buy something. This is a cheaper thing I could find. It's 500 Icelandic krona, which is, oh gosh, it ain't cheap, but let me think. I think 1,000 was $8 when we landed, and it fluctuates because of the markets and stuff. So that's not so bad. For maybe with tax 4.5 or exchange rates $4.5. It is what it is. I think because everything is in hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of krona, everything looked so much more expensive to me than it actually was. I actually just forgot about tariffs and inflation and all that crap. So, I guess it wasn't so bad, but But $4.5 is a lot to use the bathroom. I'm just saying. We had these constantly in Macedonia when I lived there for a year of my life in total, 5 different times. These are just a popular European snack. They're always so good. Other countries I've been to, Mexico. I don't count the ones where you stop. I never count those. With the plane, the stops with the plane, that doesn't count. You weren't in the country. No. Okay. You have to go out and explore and stuff. I've mentioned Sweden. Not many countries, really. Bimini, the Bahamas, I really haven't. They don't even stamp passports anymore. I don't even think. When I look back, I'm I haven't really been. I haven't really been to many countries, but if I count the stops, yeah, London, England, Switzerland, Zurich, Amsterdam, Netherlands, the capital of Serbia, I forgot, but there too. I was there a long time. Frankfurt, Germany, I don't count the stops, I really don't. But anyway, they used to stamp those. They stamp the stops, but when you lay over, it's weird, but they don't stamp if you went. It's weird. I don't like anything right now. Why does it have to be empty? Like, it just doesn't make sense. There's no, it's like almost like there's no proof you've even been there now. Weird. But here's another one. This actually translates to priest balls, which is really weird. But apparently it's good though. So this is the bonus pig. I'm sorry. I haven't whispered in like 13 days. I think that's why my throat is dry now. It was nice to have 2 weeks off. Oh my gosh. But anyway, so here's the pig. I think they use bright colors because in the winter you can't see anything. Like, it's already foggy there as it is, and you can barely see stuff on the roads sometimes. I think bright colors grabs your attention, like, hey, stop here. And again, like red, pink, and yellow, that makes you hungry, makes you come and go in and out, makes you want to grab stuff quickly. It's subliminal. So here's the bag. So we got, these are really nice bags, by the way. So nice. They're actually compostable and reusable, because Europe's all about like going green and stuff like that. So even the plastic bottles, it was annoying at first, but I got used to it after a while. Like, when you turn it, it doesn't come off. The cap just stays on the bottle. A lot has changed. I don't see the point though, because you're gonna end up having to recycle it or throw it away anyway. It's still the same plastic. I just don't get it. I guess it helps the animals, or like if some people are rude and they like throw it on the ground and, you know, it kind of spills over. It creates a ripple effect. I don't get it. I just think, you know, I don't know. I really don't get it. I don't know what's true, what's truly works anymore. I don't know if what we're even doing is making much of a difference anymore. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna argue. Troll. So this is one holding firewood. Got fuzzy tails, so they're big on troll culture there. It's like a Nordic Viking kind of thing, you know. A lot of the Nordic people moved and lived there first, and then spread their seed, as they say, you know, over time. They used to have such a low population. They still have a very low population. But they're tough people, you know. This one is nursing her children. So, yeah. I don't know too much about that. So here is another sweet treat. This is the currency. I actually had 10,000 krona left. And actually, that's how I started. I just pulled out, which is about $100. And I was like, okay, I might use this. Never used it. Just tapped to pay on my credit card the whole time I was there. Because I really didn't spend much. I just spent on food. That's about it. And parking. Like, parking is very expensive. They actually... Oh, I don't want to say too much. I'm waiting for the story time. But they got me good. Let's put it that way. So these are the coins. So, this is 100 krona. This is a 2011, so there's a fish on this. Like, they're all about the sea life, because that's how they make their money. Shipping, imports, fishing, geothermal energy. That's like most jobs there. People definitely work. They definitely have to work there, you know. Their income is very high, though. I think their average income is like $70,000 US. I was like, holy crap. But, you know, it all ends up the same thing. It's just on paper, you know. Inflation made your house $500,000 when it's not really worth that much, you know. So it's just on paper, yeah, but it's not true, like, wealth or anything. 1 krona, so plus 70,000, and that's average. And I was like, yeah, you can get by. It's not great, you know what I mean? Especially for their cost of living. I'm like, it ain't doing much for them, you know. They generation, that's pretty darn good. They're doing pretty well there. And I'm sure like homes, they're like passed on generationally, so they don't have to worry about paying a mortgage like we do, you know. So here's a couple more dinosaurs. I like statistics. I like learning about like all sorts of stuff about countries. I'm very curious. So I did a lot of research and I'm looking at history and stuff. Troll playing cards. Maybe I could do a facts about Iceland video. Maybe in the near future, because I did learn quite a bit. I like the sound this makes. I actually was playing with cards sometimes there. They had illustrations, images of different parts of Iceland on the cards. So these are the trolls. Trollolololololol. No one says that anymore. Trollolololololol. Trollololololol. Sometimes I can be a troll. I can be trolling. Okay. So, time. This was very popular in Sweden as well. So I told him like, oh, you have to try it. It's really good. It's like a caramel chocolate candy. They come individually wrapped. I think they sell these in IKEA actually. So they're very delicious. It's having chocolate. Chocolate always puts you in a right mood. So, I didn't realize he bought this. This is Wisdom of the Icelandic Elves. So you basically hang it up on the wall. Age does not matter unless you are a cheese. So trolls look very, very old, and I think that's part of the joke. Oh, actually these are elves, so maybe I don't get the joke. Maybe elves are immortal. I don't know. They're all into like elf, gnome, fairy, like that stuff. It seems. I don't know about fairy, but anyway. But I guess that has some truth. But age does matter. You know, it shows your life experience, all your pain of your past. You know, there's a lot you carry. You know, you're not the same when you're 80 versus 15, right? So obviously it does matter to some people. You know, some people who date, like, they have an age limit of no more than 5, 10, or 20 years older. You know what I mean? So yeah, it doesn't matter in terms of like judging somebody based on their looks and appearance and stuff, but it does matter in a lot of other ways as well, and factors at play. Like, you can't really relate. If you're like, let's say 50, you can't relate to a 20-year-old as much because you're a different generation, grew up different time, watch different movies, music. It's just different, you know? So it does matter, but it doesn't. Just saying. So here's a cake. Here's a cake. A little cake. It's like a sponge cake, I think. It's squishy. So the ED, it's in like a runestone or maybe Nordic Viking kind of language. I don't know too much about this. The idiom or whatever, Norse mythology crudely abridged. Apparently these books go for like an insane amount of money on Amazon. Like $300-400 literally, because you just can't get them anywhere. So you got both of them, the some and S-H-T. Oh, she has her tickle bitty sticking out, so I'm not gonna show that, but it's like a crude, like, maybe not for all age groups. Hey, A-S-S-hole. Do us a favor and keep your rants to yourself, an angry internet troll. Oh, that sounds a lot like my comment section. I hate you. What you wrote about Njal Saga really hurt my feelings. A drunk PhD student. So it's vulgar. It's just rude, vulgar, like, it's funny, vulgar, whatever, you know. Not for all audiences. So this was history behind the image. I guess this is how women looked back in the day. Very much like Amish looking. So this says 1646 to 1715. That was Ragnhidur Jonsdottir. So a lot of times their last name will have like son or daughter. Dottir, Dottir, is like, oh, you know, John's daughter, like you were John's daughter, like your father was John, you're the daughter of John, so your last name is John's daughter. So this is about $50 right here. 50 wackaroonies, which can get you a piece of bread nowadays. I mean, that's how it feels like. Jeez. So this is a peacock, yeah. So he bought some, like, he's like into squishmallow stuff, like squishies, like those things you press and squeeze. The trending stuff, and so he kind of went to this like vending machine with toys and got a bunch of